Hi, I'm Greg Pak. Welcome to Invest Comics. You're watching FFFIC.
Hi, I'm Shaun from Famous Faces.
And I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com.
And we got this intro right. Yay!
Woo! That's the one part we're not good at.
Yep. What's this called? What are we doing here?
This is FFFIC, the Famous Faces and Funnies Invest Comics comic book review show. Yay! Jared's not here. He's
Stay Puft Marshmallow. Look,
yeah,
he's the same proportions as Jared.
Yeah.
Got little tiny fat fingers.
Jared's got these little knees that look like and he's gone. But he'll be reviewing video games. You cannot watch that later.
And criticize him for it. Assholes. Dreamliner number 3. Book of the week. It's awesome. It's man.
It's not what you expected. I can guarantee you that.
I can't say anything without ruining it for you, but pretty much Sinestro and Hal are working together. They're going back to Sinestro's home planet, which I can't pronounce. I'm not going to butcher, but it's going to save his planet from the Sinestro Corps. Oh, that's so crazy.
Oops. Maybe forming a group based on fear was not the best plan.
Not a good idea. And Carol got really angry. Like, why he working with him? That's not cool. I'm his lover thing.
Sure.
That's my person. I like Blake Lively. She should do everything.
It's good. It's very nice. I like
that last page.
Oh yeah, but I like even building up to that and including that. I like they're doing a great job with the Sinestro Hal Jordan interplay. I'm curious to see where it goes from here, and so will you be.
It's like here's their
once
plan,
you have read it.
and it kind of went straight downhill fast.
And on that note, when we get down to the bottom of the hill, we find Scott Lobdell's Superboy. I will say this because I'm trying to. If you don't have anything nice to say, then I would never be able to get through these reviews. But I will say, I don't even get R.B. Silva's artwork. I like it. I like the artwork on this, and as I confessed last time, this power suit of Superboy's has grown on me.
Oh, that's horrible. Look at those facial expressions.
I will say the dialogue for the first. All right.
I thought that was a board game, but I want that.
The dialogue for the first 3 pages was painful. The story is interesting, however, it's continuing to. Scott Lobdell just seems to go further and further away from what the characters are. I know they love to do the whole. We're getting to the iconic versions of the characters. We're trying to cut them down to the real core of who they are. Apparently, no one told Lobdell who they are because he keeps taking them. He's doing cool stuff that is less and less like Superboy and more like what would be a cool character if they'd called him anything else. And then yeah, if you still weren't certain whether or not Red was what the hell's her name?
Dude, Wildstorm don't care.
Yeah, the Gen 13 tall chick.
Yeah.
Fairchild.
Theory confirmed. There you go.
Yeah, you don't have to wonder too much more. Rachel Rising.
I forgot to read this book.
I'm so disappointed, and
I'll read it tonight.
I'm tagging Terry Moore in this on Twitter, so
Terry.
You can know your shame. Shaun forgot to read it.
There's a lot.
This was so good.
I would say that because I know it's good.
And it's
because Terry Moore doesn't write bad
the
comics.
artwork is gorgeous. You start. There's a little more going on. Not. He does great with keeping the mystery to it because you start to see more and more of what's going on, but you're still not. You're not at a point where you're going, oh, I see. No, I don't. And it's good. I like being led blindly like this. A lot of good dialogue in this. A lot of gorgeous art. Terry Moore's just awesome. Read everything he does.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 4, right?
It's Ultimate.
It is 4. I got it right. Look at me. I'm still enjoying it.
I love this book.
The only part is, I'm sorry. There's a page in here where he goes and visits the funeral for Peter Parker. I don't care how old he is. Everyone has common sense not to say what he said. I forgot to turn my phone off. Everyone has common sense not to say what he said, and that just felt uncomfortable and forced, and I did not enjoy that part. Everything else in the book was awesome. I enjoyed it.
I like the end bit. I like him getting called out.
Oh yeah, that part happened.
I like the way it tied into those 4-page appearance that they did that.
Yep.
Remember when they did his? And I even like the explanation for the. Although I like that look, that baggy when he was wearing the Halloween costume that was too big for him, and it folded up with the cuffs. It actually reminded me of the amalgam Spider-Boy.
When does this costume come into play? Because you've been advertising it for a year now.
Well, they're clearly building to the fact that it's poor taste. Everyone says so. It's poor taste for him to be running around in Peter Parker's outfit. And based on the confrontation he's about to have at the end of this one. I can only assume.
I want to do 2 in a row. You always do 2 in a row. No, I want to do the next one. You do that one.
Well, we can both do. We both do these.
Well, I like
Batman and Robin. I'm loving this.
Woohoo!
The dynamic of the dynamic duo and the dynamic
whoever this new bad guy
family
is,
there.
awesome.
Oh yeah, this
Tomasi gets
Morgan?
really, really well.
Oh yeah, and the whole Bruce actually being a dad, not really having a good idea how to do it, but
he can buy him anything he wants.
It's almost
that parenthood thing is just not there for him.
But the way he's starting to care and whatever, it's almost to the point where if I were Tim and Dick, I would be like, hey, will we just practice?
Speaking of buying him anything he wants, I totally forgot about that. He buys him a dog.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason.
Could be Ace the Bat Hound, we don't know, because
Here, take this
Damien
dog.
refuses to name it.
Yeah.
Good stuff, though.
Batgirl number 3. The Batgirl parts sucked until Nightwing showed up.
Nightwing parts, awesome.
This was almost my favorite book of the week, besides Green Lantern, because Nightwing was in it, and I think Gail Simone might have called Kyle Higgins, like, how should I write Nightwing? You just want to come do these parts? If you don't know anything about their history, pick this book up. If you're curious,
so
if you're a Nightwing fan, pick this book up.
Oh, yeah.
If Nightwing's in any other issues, I'll continue to read it. Otherwise, don't care anymore.
I had read number 1. I bought number 1. I read number 2 for the reviews, but I didn't pick it up. I was reading this and almost thought, oh, I should pick up number 2 and put it back. And then I realized, no, I'm just liking the Nightwing parts. The Batgirl stuff's okay. It's just not
grasping.
It's not. Yeah, it's not resonating with me.
I know that they don't want to address what healed her, but saying it's a miracle over and over again just makes it less believable.
They've made her
say it all you want.
somehow. I don't know. It's
turn my phone off.
They didn't just by not just turning her back. By having it be the relaunch version or whatever, she's not the Barbara Gordon Batgirl that we haven't had, and she's somehow more and less than herself. It's not the same. Suicide Squad.
Awesome.
Still, who's writing this? Adam Glass. Adam Glass. Still awesome most of the time and keeps missing the mark. He has no idea what to do with Harley Quinn.
No, he knows what to do with
it. Well, he knows what to do with it, but he knows not. Unless that builds to a really great pissed off crossover with the Joker.
Is King Shark?
King Shark.
King Shark's on. He's only in it for like 4 pages, if that, and every page he's in is awesome.
While he's still not singing, I'm a Shark is still just awesome.
He's just like, hello, where'd you get that necklace? Don't worry about it.
Awesome. I won't spoil for you which classic. You can take a guess, especially with his popularity in the current DCU. I won't spoil for you which classic Suicide Squad member shows up for 2 pages at the end.
Yeah.
But in 2 pages, he manages to steal the whole book and remind you why people like this character.
Yep.
I was also baffled. Not only is Harley Quinn not acting like Harley Quinn.
She hasn't hit anyone with an oversized hammer yet.
She's but I've got a skin condition. She's pale now like the Joker. When did that start?
About 3 issues ago.
Okay. It's the relaunch.
That's a good question.
Okay. Legion Lost is. I'm still ambiguous. I love Legion. I'm reading all 3 Legion books.
Are you lost when reading Legion?
I am not lost. I'm found, but I'm not where I want to be.
What is he licking? That's uncomfortable.
A corpse. Like you do.
More uncomfortable.
Forensics of the science. Take that, CSI. I lick the corpse and confirm it. Then he pulls on his sunglasses and goes, "It's a dead body." But there's some good stuff, especially for those of you, if you've read any of the interviews that Fabian Nicienza has been doing as to, hey, you're upset I killed people in the first issue? Don't be that upset yet.
It's Legion. They go back in time and
as he keeps saying, when a shapeshifter and a teleporter blow up, with no bodies left behind, perhaps they're not as dead as we would originally believe. And they're doing some neat stuff there. It's between Legion... Right, Legion right now has Legion Lost, Legion of Superheroes, and Legion of Superheroes Secret Origin. It's not the strongest, but it's still good. I'm liking it.
Intrepid Escapegoat. I gotta confess, I want to read this in trade, but I read all the backups, like the basics. And what was this? The orange and the cupcake? I don't know if there was a fancy name for it.
Yeah, just cupcake and orange and cupcake.
It's so entertaining. It's such a little getaway.
It's just these little things. Not a lot of words, a lot of visual. Brilliant.
Look, it's an orange and a cupcake firefighter. Come on, but come on. Oh, that's crazy. You can review the rest of the books. I don't know what happened in the regular book.
If food had friends, I think oranges and cupcakes should be friends.
Not one of those.
As for the Intrepid Escapegoat, it's so good. This book is beyond fun. You've got all sorts of stuff going on. He's got zombies. He's got he's doing his escape act while a competitor is trying to show him up and builds a special death trap for him, and then things go to hell. And this book is just brilliant. It's clever. It's cute. It's everything.
Marvel Point 1.
Marvel Point.
This is supposed to be the new jumping on point. What's going to happen in 2012? Apparently nothing is going to happen in 2012.
It convinced me to, out of all the stories it did, it convinced me that I am going to read the 2 books I already thought I might look at.
The Uncanny X-Force one was pretty good, and everything up until, granted this is the first story, Nova should not say, all those people, epic fail. Go to the next one.
Well, we don't know which Nova that is.
It doesn't matter, you don't...
But it did... I will say, okay, the 2 stories I thought I was going to read, that these are, what this reminded me of, the old Marvel Age, right? Used to do a Marvel Age annual that would have, every book had a 1-page teaser that would kind of hint at what was going to come. This is that, not done as well. They give you not a look at everything in the MU, just in some key things they wanted to show, and it alternates between, some of the stuff feels like it was too long for a teaser, and some of the stuff didn't feel like it gave you enough. But, I mean, the Defenders, the Doctor Strange story that's building towards Defenders was good, and I already knew I was going to read the Defenders. The Kane becomes Scarlet Spider story.
Yeah, we didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, we knew it was going to happen, but I was curious, would I try that? Wouldn't I try that? Looks like I'm going to. So I guess it won me over there, but everything else, I guess it's just really confirmation. It's another one of those point 1 not being a point 1. It's not really a great place for new readers. It's really just a place to confirm you already like the books
$6 is a little much.
you liked. Huntress is so good.
The art in it's good.
I say so good. Oh, I love Marcus Toe, but Paul Evan is doing. I love this story. I'm lukewarm on Huntress as a character. Sometimes I like her, other times I don't. Normally I like her in other books. He likes anything that because she's a her.
Oh, you can't really see boobs. Okay, continue with the thing.
But Paul Evan writes great stories, and Marcus Toe does great art. So I decided to try this with number 1. Fell in love with it, and it's good stuff. Read the Huntress. It's only 6 issues. Yep. So if you don't feel like jumping on, read the trade. Either way, it's worth looking into. Orchid, Dark Future, Space Hooker Heroes, and a geek guy.
I mean, it's space hookers.
It's true. She's a prostitute with a giant tattoo that says property across her chest.
Ho-ho!
So there's...
Look at her. Whoa, whoa!
And yeah, there's stuff... Oh, yeah, this
there it is again!
Yeah, there's a... I don't even have the words. This is really good. While it's clearly a sci-fi fantasy, it's clearly a dark future, whatever, but it really is, well, to sound cliche, it really is character-driven, and there's another one. I read the first one thinking, I'll take a look, and I think the first one was like $1 or something.
Yeah,
it was
I think it was only 3 issues or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it says. I remember thinking it's some kind of limited, but it's good. So read this. It's not what you expect it to be, and it's a lot of fun.
There you go, cameraman.
There you go, cameraman. Legend of Drizzt. I was gonna say, Legend of Drizzt. Same as before. I'm liking this better than I thought I was with issue 1. I know, you can pretty much see the formula of where they're going, and if you like the Drizzt books, you'll really like this.
I'll do one because I feel bad for you.
Okay.
Deathstroke number 3. Alright, so, like I said before, it seems like they're all one-shots, but this one actually introduces a villain.
Deathstroke, one shot.
This one introduces a villain and a concept of a villain that will probably reoccur a couple times, so that's pretty cool. The only thing is when you find out what the backstory behind that villain is, I'm pretty sure I've never seen those people before. But other than that, it's a great story. I really don't know who those guys are.
That was so vague.
Alright. Here's the premise.
You meet a guy and you don't know if you've ever met the guy before.
Well, the bad guy.
It's like anti-deja vu.
Yeah, I don't know who these bad guys are. I'm sure they'll explain it. They've been doing a good job of explaining everything. But whatever's in this briefcase, they need to explain it. I'm sick of the Pulp Fiction feel of it. But otherwise, Deathstroke's a great book. Kyle Higgins is awesome. It's Deathstroke going and beating people up and killing people, and then going and beating those same people up and killing those people again. And Pulp Fiction is involved somehow. Damn you, Quentin Tarantino.
Turns out Deathstroke is actually John Travolta.
Oh, that'd be awesome. He could dance in it. Oh.
I guess he'd be more Bruce Willis.
No! I don't like Bruce Willis.
The Occultist. I keep saying this more and more lately as I branch out into more and more companies and more whatever. Book that I just wanted to see what it was like. Looked interesting. Wanted to take a look at it, and it's Tim Seeley. I like the things that Tim Seeley writes. This is really good. I'm not. There's some neat concepts with monsters wearing people suits. And, yeah, that's watch out for hot ladies.
What's really going on in that panel there?
It's coming out of her. See, she's got.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's when you think you're with a hot chick. You never know if it's really a demon monster inside and it's going to eat you. But that's actually technically true. With hot women. It just works that way. But this is really good. The art is gorgeous. It's the occultist is it's somewhere less than Sorcerer Supreme, somewhere more than Shaman in today's age. Like there's an occultist who kind of doesn't last long in the beginning, and he's using like instead of a book of wands, he's got them on like a smartphone, and they talk about how technology doesn't work as well with it, so he's not as quick on the uptake, and hence he's not with us. And then we get the new occultist who's not 100% sure what he's doing yet, and we get to see him kick in and have to pick up where the other guy left off. And it's really good, and it does this neat little, it's this one page? Yeah, there's this one-page thing in the back that's just like a look into like a golden age occultist who's Zomba, jungle occultist. And it's just funny and feels like old stuff, and it's good.
Avenging Spider-Man #1.
It's actually good.
I don't know, it was bagged, so I can read. I know you get a digital code with it, and I know this artist hasn't been doing stuff for like 5 years.
Yeah, it's everybody's like, oh, it's Joe Madrier, and Joe Mad's really good. I'm not 100%. I'm touch and go with him. This works. He's cartoony, but he's not like Umberto Ramos cartoony, so it's like a sort of middle ground.
Why you gotta take that swipe at Roberto Marinez?
I'm just saying. I like Umberto Ramos, the guy.
Well, now finally looking at nice. It looks good.
And yeah, the story, I suspect I was like, I don't know what to. It was actually really good. I think, it's Zeb Wells. He brought back my New Mutants and made me happy. Thank you, Zeb. He avoided the entire world at MegaCon.
He was there somewhere.
He was,
and with Jeff Johns, they were totally there the whole time.
Of course they were.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Why did I hang out with the guy from Robot Chicken more than Jeff Johns? That bothers me.
That's weird. But this is really good, and it took me by surprise. And I may have a Peter Parker book to read again. So that's good.
You're making that up.
No, I'm just saying. I think I like that one. And since in order to read it to review it, I had to open the bag. I gotta buy that one. So
Star Trek Legion.
Good.
Ninja Turtles are on the back. Yay!
Ninja Turtles. But that's
my review.
This is good. It takes to the end of this issue for you to actually have Star Trek and Legion meeting. So far it's been Star Trek trekking along, Legionnaire over here, and but now they're together, and you've got a great, look at this, like born for a crossover. You've got a great hint at the next cover, which is the Kuns and the Klingons, and what could be more fun than that? So this is good. Darkwing Duck, let's get dangerous. This book is fun.
It's your childhood in a book.
It is. It's gorgeous. This book is great.
Is that Huey, Dewey, and Louie? That's awesome.
Yeah, Warren Spector and Ian Brill, James Silvani, apparently all worked into writing this.
It's pretty much the book that you wanted to write when you were a kid.
And this is even better because this storyline has been the Darkwing Duck DuckTales crossover, and because you already knew Launchpad was there, it was dying for the two of them to interact. It would have been great as a cartoon, but this book just great. The story lived up to everything you would have wanted out of that out of a story with those books teaming up. So much fun. Read that. House of Night is based on books I haven't read. Again, I tried it because I wanted to.
People were very happy for it.
And yeah, apparently it's not my thing, but it's a thing. And the art is really cool. The story, I didn't quite fly through it at the speed I would have liked to, but it was something. So good. And your friend is back. Jennifer Blood is your boy here.
No.
And that's Bill to it. Ah!
That's right up in my face.
Time for some schlong leather, bitch. That's Garth Ennis rules. Because it's like he was sitting around with that line in his head that I need to write a book around this, and came up with 6 issues so far to get us there. This book is so good. This issue gives you the full origin of Jennifer Blood, formerly Jessie Bluth, and
oh my god,
he does a great job of that balance between her, I'm a mother, her as a daughter, her as a mother, sensitive side, versus her as the stone cold killer taking out her family. And this is clearly building to, it's going to be like a Punisher kind of thing. If I've killed everyone responsible for killing my family, do I just quit and go home now? Probably not. That doesn't seem like, I don't see Garth Ennis writing an ongoing series about a woman raising her kids.
He's only writing one more issue.
Oh, what?
7 or 8's his last issue.
Okay, well, I'm sure the next person will will ruin the book by trying to out Garth Ennis.
We're at 20.
All right. Green Hornet, still good. Lots of fun. We get the origin of the Red Hand and how he ties into to Kato, and a resolution to that story. Phil Hester just writes some really great stuff. The art is always good, but it's Phil Hester's story that just really, after the Kevin Smith adaptation of his script for the movie ended, it could have gone either way, and Phil Hester has just done great stuff with this. Kirby Genesis books have been lots of fun. Silver Star.
We didn't get that. All of ours came in bent in half.
Ah.
So we'll have them next week.
Thank you, Dynamite, for sending me a pretty one.
Ours are all.
This is really good. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about this character. Kirby stuff without Kirby can go either way. It can be. People can make, wow, that's really cool, or it just turns into, what the hell was that? And often because they kill it by trying to either over Kirby it or not Kirby. Everybody's like, well, we must do it the Kirby way, or oh no, we could never be Kirby, so let's do it our own. I forget who's writing this. This story is
Giant Knit.
High Knits, Giant J, maybe J Knits.
Whoever you are.
He's got that where you can tell this is a Kirby property, but it's not. He doesn't run away from the Kirbiness, but he doesn't overdo and just try and second guess Kirby. So it really works. Last Phantom Annual was actually pretty cool. I think it starts a new arc for the regular Last Phantom story, where you've got, whether or not the Last Phantom may not be the Last Phantom, because Daddy may not be as dead as we thought. Dun 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 dun. I know. Hey, look, it's you.
Oh my god, I get to talk. Uncanny X-Force 17. One more chapter and this is over, so 18 will be the last one. Oh my god! It just gets better and better with each issue, and the next issue supposedly is going to be Polybag. That's stupid, because everyone knows what's going to happen. Just by reading this, someone's not making it out, and everyone knows who it's going to be, without ruining it. But
this guy named Steve.
Oh, what? It's fucking Steve. I hate that guy. He deserves it.
They're going to kill Ike.
No! But no, pick this up. Just, why are people not picking we're selling a lot of them, so I can't say why are people not. This needs to be the top-selling Marvel book, because it is, in my opinion, see how I did that, the best Marvel book. So.
Right after Avengers again.
I didn't ask for your opinion.
I didn't ask for you to not ask me for it. Dark Shadows.
They're dark in their shadows.
Yes, it's the opposite of light.
Wow, that art's not very attractive.
The stories, it actually reminded me of the show, and I feel just like I did about the show on it. The show I always thought was kind of cool, but never really, it's, oh, Dark Shadows is on, and I'll watch parts of it and then walk away, and come back and watch the rest of it. And my head did that while I was, so it must be just like the show. Terminator, Robocop, kill human. Wow. Robocop has a blatant disregard for all of Terminator continuity. As it turns out it was great. His main priority was not, protect Sarah Connor and John Connor. His main priority was stop the Terminators. And in his mind, if that includes the fact that they keep coming back for the same stuff, so let's just, take care of that. It was great. It was.
Is it over?
Oh yeah, and it
well, that's an ending.
I believe it's got to be the last. Yeah, it's an end because there's nobody left in the. It's not just him versus the Terminator. It's him versus the entire Terminator franchise. Good guys, bad guys, people sitting around in the background. He just nobody's making it out, and life will be good.
Our book of the week.
All right, yeah, our trade for the week. All right, this is Charley's War, Volume 5. I want to say.
I think that's an 8. Because V's 5.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't remember what the issue was. Yeah, so this is 8.
The art in this is gorgeous.
I didn't see a number on the side. But anyway, Charley's War. Yeah, the art in this is gorgeous. The story is really great. It's Pat Mills. All right, so if you're familiar with any of the British comics, you already know. It's so good. And Joe, I'm gonna horribly pronounce it. I want to say Culcoon.
We're still cool, right, Joe?
Joe.
We're buddies.
These guys.
We can be buddies.
They did this. It's Charley's War was an ongoing strip in England about World War I and about this Charlie Boone and his brother flips back and forth between stuff that they're doing during World War I. This story is called Hitler's Youth, not Hitler Youth, but Hitler's Youth, because it's a very historical comic strip, historical fiction, and it involves young Adolf Hitler as a corporal in the German Army German Air Force during World War I, and the stories are really, really good. There's nothing cliche. This is war stories at its best. If you like war comics, then read this. It's gorgeous. It's 1995 hardcover. I actually want to go and get volumes 1 through 7. This was that good. All right.
That's it for this week. We will see you next week.
We love you, internets.